Here are my biggest video nerd secrets that can be achieved with iMovie along with other video editors too. Let's get started. So I'm just starting out by showing you my all-time favorite font on iMovie, and it is Helvetica New. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it, I'm not really sure, but I like using the ultra light version, and I take off the shadow or whatever the outline is, I guess the outline, and I make it really squished together, and that's exactly what I use for most of my video fonts. And then I make it really crazy colors like lime green and yellow and all that fun stuff, and that's basically how I achieve my most famous font, I guess. This next tip is mostly for iMovie users, but there's this really cool effect that can make your text not fade as it's doing right now. What you do is go up to File and click Project Properties. Then you select the Title Fade Duration and make it go all the way down to the lowest value possible. Especially if you're dealing with like multiple slides of text like I am here, it adds an even more crisp effect that I love. So moving on, I'm just going to grab a little section of video from my iBuild video, if you guys have probably seen that. This is just some footage of Grace. I decided to show you guys some of my favorite color effects on iMovie. Similar effects can also be achieved on Sony Vegas. I actually used to be a Sony girl, so I know those kind of things, but now I have transitioned to my iMovie. This is just me playing around with little dials. These are the top dials that adjust the dark and light, the dark on the left side and the right on the right side, or the right, the light. In my more artsy videos, I do a lot of black and white, and this is just how I create the slow-mo black and white effect that looks really good on basically any kind of video. This is how I do that. I mute the video first, go to video, and just make sure everything's all peachy there. Moving along to the clip option where I make the slow-mo super slow-mo, and this is it in action. Next up are 3 of my favorite color or hue combinations. First, I'm just going to reset the dials so it's all reset, and then I'm going to change it to a more yellow hue. And I'm just adjusting the saturation, as you guys can see here, and just making everything look, more natural, even though it's not very natural at all. It just looks a little bit more natural. It's more Simpsons, if I do say so myself, but I think it looks really saturated and really cool. And the same sort of thing goes for the blue effect. You can darken or lighten it as I'm doing right here, just to make it look more of a night effect. And then onto green, which works best with outdoor situations like this one. And now I'm just going to show you more of my decorative fonts that I love so much. I know I'm kind of jumping around, but here are some of my most favoriteest fonts. This is called Talking to the Moon, and all of these fonts can be downloaded if you Google like downloading fonts for Mac or downloading fonts for PC. This one is one of my favorite ones also. It's Cheyenne Hand. I've been using this a lot actually also, okay. And then finally, if it'll go faster, Katy Perry, or Katy Perry font, which I absolutely adore. It's like the Katy Perry font from her CD or her album or her signature font, so I had to get it. Had to have it. And that's a wrap. Hope you guys enjoyed my little how-to iMovie video editing video. So if you guys have any questions about my iMovie or any video editing in general, let me know, and I'll see you guys all later, so bye!